Christians, when we're defending the faith, we must understand the moral argument. God is a moral being, and if there is evidence for Christianity, if Christianity were true, we should expect that there is an objective moral standard which is innate in human beings that points to an ultimate good, that points to a source, which is God. That morality wouldn't just be something that we learned as physics chemicals throughout the years for survival. Yes, there can be components of survival within morality, but you could also argue that Christian morality would be, obviously, we would have the instinct to want to survive, propagate as God called us to, and to raise others in good moral standards and to pass those things on. So even the atheistic argument that morality has evolved in some sort of way for us to survive really just points to the same evidence we would expect for Christianity too. The current basis for morality, at least in Western civilization, is called intersubjective morality. This is the argument. Well, let's first understand what objective and subjective are. Something objective is true. It's accepted. Everyone knows it's true. It's objective that 2 + 2 = 4. Whereas subjective, we could talk about pickles. I despise pickles. I hate pickles. I can't stand pickles. They taste horrible. If their juice gets on one of my sandwiches, I'm not happy. I'm upset, and I will return the sandwich. But there are also people who love pickles and think they're great. I don't understand it, but I accept that if I can hate pickles, I have to accept that other people like pickles. So that's subjective. That is our own personal opinion or belief based on an opinion. Intersubjective morality, which is what's common right now in our culture, is the belief that whatever the majority kind of decides on is okay, and we're going to accept that. The problem with intersubjective morality is if we're consistent on a global level, the greatest religion in the world, the most dominant religion in the world is Christianity. So Christian morals by virtue of majority, or what's intersubjectively most common, should be the moral standard by which the world lives on. But of course, that's not the case. Certain societies will use their own moral codes based on evolution, where the government decides. Others will decide on what they feel is morally right and argue against Christianity. Here's the problem. If you're going to be a subjective moralist, if you're atheist or agnostic or another religion, you're arguing that morality is not objective, it's not common, it's not innate, it's not true in everybody, then you're going to point at Christians and say that their morality is wrong. The problem is that you're self-refuting if you do that. If an atheist argues that morality is based on our opinion, they should also accept Christian opinions. Okay, this is just one part of it. There's going to be several videos on this. Just understand where we are at right now with intersubjective morality and what subjective morality and objective is, and stay tuned for the further videos on this argument.